and then use the blush to just use the brush. Hello everyone, my name's Alana, and today we are going to be testing out the absolutely beautiful Rose Glow collection from Mercier. Now, Mercier was kind enough to send me all 6 of the Caviar sticks and the absolutely beautiful highlighter. Now, I am wearing the highlighter, and I'm just gonna put these down so you might hear a sound, but I am wearing the highlighter and 3 of the Caviar sticks on my eyes today. So what we're gonna do, we are going to do my makeup. Before we do that, I'm gonna let you know a few other products I'm wearing on my face. Then we are gonna get into swatches, and then I'm gonna share kind of the pricing and my thoughts on the collection. So let's get into it. So really quick, the other products on my face today, I decided that, you know what, let's really lean into Mercier. I think Mercier has beautiful complexion products. So I decided to wear the Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Foundation, and I have it in the shade 1C1 Shell. Now this is definitely a full coverage foundation. I applied with the Beauty Blender and it applied beautifully. Underneath that, I have the Mercier Pure Canvas Primer, and this is the hydrating version. And then finally, I have my current favorite concealer. I couldn't do a video about Mercier and not mention it. This is their Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer, and I have it in the shade 1 Neutral. Now, the one thing I do just want to note is I did find that after applying all of it, it definitely was settling into the fine lines under my eyes. I did go in with a setting powder, but obviously I forgot to put on my Mercier setting powder, but of course that is another complexion product from Mercier that's absolutely beautiful. So let's do my eye makeup, and then we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna start with taking Wild Rose and putting it all over my lids. I should also mention that I'm wearing MAC Paint Pot in Painterly all over my lid, and I put that on before I started filming. So this is Wild Rose all over my lid. Now I'm gonna take the shade Bed of Roses and I'm gonna put it in my crease. I'm gonna start by putting that just on the outer third of my eye. I'm gonna start by using my finger to kind of help blend it in. And then I'm gonna use a clean Wayne Goss brush in number 17 to help blend that in. It's important that you work quickly because these do dry down pretty quick. And I do find they're pretty buildable, so don't be afraid to do a little layer and then add a little more until you're happy with the look. Now to finish off the look, I'm actually gonna go in with this purple shade Rose Thorn and just really stick that just on the outer third of the eye, just to give it a little bit more dimension. Using that same brush I've been using to just blend it in. Again, working fairly quickly. We definitely don't want that to settle in as a purple mark on our eye, but I think this is gonna really just give it that little pop. Beautiful. Okay, I really like how that looks. So let's just repeat it over here. Now, you don't have to be too precise when you're putting it down because you are gonna be blending it in, but you wanna generally stick to the placement where you want it. As you can see, I'm sort of pulling it out into a little bit of a V and then pulling it back in. Just gonna do one more check. Now, one thing I like to do sometimes is just put a little more just directly on the brush and just use that to sort of tap it in. So then I'm just going to run it one more time like this and just sort of drag it under my eyes. Okay, so there's what it looks like just on my eye, and as you can see, really pretty, soft for every day. I want to keep this as an everyday look, so I'm not going to be adding winged liner like I usually do. I am going to be using my Tom Ford Extreme Mascara, and then I'm just going to go in with my Rock and Kohl in Vershuka Mink, which is a really nice sort of deep gray to tight line, and then we are going to play with the highlighter. And now we're going to use the beautiful Rose Glow highlighter. Oh my goodness, you guys, I was testing this out a couple days ago. I always try to do my best to use a product before I hop on film with it. It was so pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna be using my Rephr 18 brush. So let's just douse this baby on. Okay, so I've swatched the entire collection of the Caviar sticks, and we have, so each swatch has a swatch, and then it has another swatch that I've sort of blended out with my finger so you can get a better sense of what it's going to look like on the eye. So we have Wild Rose here, and then Kiss from a Rose, Bed of Roses, then we have Strike a Rose right here, Forbidden Rose, and Rose Thorn. So there we go. There are all of the swatches side to side. And as you can see, it's actually a really beautiful collection of rose gold shades. I would say that my personal favorites are probably these three, although blended out they do look pretty similar. If I had to pick a #1 favorite, it would probably be Bed of Roses right here. I think that's a really pretty rose gold. And then over here, we have the highlight. So there's like a firm finger swatch, and then here it is diffused a bit more. Okay, so quickly, let's run through pricing. So this absolutely beautiful highlighter that, you know, I would apologize that has fingerprints all over it, but it's like a metallic rose gold packaging, and also fingerprints all over it means I've actually been wearing it. So I think this is a good thing in beauty YouTube. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, so this retails for $40 Canadian. And Laura Mercier highlights hold a really special place in my heart. When I was just kind of getting into makeup, when I was new to makeup, this was before like beaming to the gods highlighter was a thing. I used the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance highlighter, and I actually still have it. It is down to the pan. It's an absolutely beautiful highlighter, and it was my first. So Laura Mercier highlighters really do hold a special place in my heart. And when I received this, when I opened it, I'm like, that's pretty. It's gonna be nice. Like, it can't not be nice. But I put it on and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel so pretty. Like, I felt so pretty the first time I put it on. I think it's just such a beautiful kind of rose gold glow. I'm a fan, okay? I think it's super pretty. And I was very happy to put it on again today. So this one, stunning. Now let's talk about the Caviar sticks. So first of all, let's just appreciate the rose gold packaging. And there are 6 of them, and I really view it as there are 3 pairs. Now in the look today, I wanted to show you as many as I could while still making it a good look and making it something wearable and everyday. So I did 3. But I think that for the average consumer, if you got 2 of these, if you really wanted to lean into the collection, you could have a really pretty look. The way I would do that is have one color sort of all over the lid, just like we started out, and then I would just have a second color that I would build up sort of in the crease and on the lid to give it some dimension. So the first pairing I would do is Wild Rose, which is what I would have all over my lid today, and Strike a Rose. I think these 2 pair really nicely together. The next 2 that I would pair, I'm gonna call these the purples. The first one is like a rose gold neutral pair, and that would sort of be the pair that if you have a complexion similar to mine that you would not go wrong with. It'd be a very easy, kind of accessible place to start. Kiss from a Rose, which is the lighter purple shade that I would put all over the lid. And then we have Rose Thorn, which I would put in the crease. And Rose Thorn, again, is one of the shades that I have in my crease today. But if you're looking for a purple pair, can't go wrong with these. And then finally, it's sort of a rose bronze pair. And that is Bed of Roses, which would be the lighter one that I would put everywhere, and then Forbidden Rose, which I would put in the crease. And again, I do have Bed of Roses on my lids as well. I did mix, you know, kind of 3 of them together, 1 from each of those pairings, and I think that they really work beautifully together. So it's definitely a collection that you can mix and match and use whatever you like, but those are sort of the duos that I sort of see when I immediately open these up and tried them out. A few other things, the highlighter is $40 Canadian and the Caviar sticks are $38. Now, a number of the Caviar sticks are already sold out on Sephora's website, but at least if you're in Canada, I know that you can purchase them at Hudson's Bay. I'm pretty sure you can get them at Nordstrom, and of course on Laura Mercier's website. I think this is just such a beautiful collection. For me, the highlighter, first of all, I told you, big nostalgia for me when it comes to Laura Mercier highlighters, and the Caviar sticks are such an iconic product from Laura Mercier's line. Now, one thing you do need to know about the Caviar sticks is they do dry down pretty quickly. So I would recommend working quickly. I find I prefer them generally with my fingers, although as you did see, I think there is a place for a brush. If I'm just using one of these, I'm just gonna like rub it all over my eye and just tap it in with my finger. But if I'm looking for a touch more precise application, then what I wanna do is sort of place the color where I want it, which is what you saw, and then use the brush to just help sort of blend it in and make it look really seamless and flawless. So that is kind of a run through of the collection. let's move on to my recommendations. I would say that if you're only gonna buy one thing from this collection, that highlighter is absolutely divine. It is limited edition. The whole collection is limited edition, but that highlighter is a real stunner. And now if you're looking into the Caviar sticks, again, I think look at any of those two duos that I put together, but if I had to really identify my absolute favorites, it would be Bed of Roses and Strike a Rose, which I'm holding in my hand here. Overall, I think it's a beautiful collection. I definitely feel pretty and glowy and just wonderful wearing it. I'd say if there was one thing the collection could have added, I think a couple of blushes would just bring it to the next level. But the pieces they did release are so, so pretty. Now, of course, you don't need to buy them all. I did go through sort of my recommendations and how I'd approach it if this is a collection that speaks to you. But I think it is really, really pretty, and I was really excited to see Laura Mercier introduce it. When they sent it to me, they also sent it in this little thing, so I'm gonna find a place for it on my vanity. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Here at Classy on the Run, we love talking about beautiful luxury high-end makeup, and I have a lot of videos planned for the upcoming month. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Mwah.